Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi and welcome. Today's topic is about teaching with video. The use of videotapes has been a common feature in language teaching in many years. So these days video is very familiar with teaching. Why use video? To some people, videotape is merely a glorified version. Why use video? The first reason is seeing language in use. One of the main advantages of video is that students do not just hear language, they see it too. Second, cross-cultural awareness. Video uniquely allows students a look at situations far beyond their classrooms. Next, the power of creation. When students use video cameras themselves, they are given the potential to create something memorable and enjoyable. And motivation. For all of the reasons so far mentioned, most students show an increased level of interest when they have a chance to see language in use as well. Video problem. When we learn with video or teach with video, there are some reasons that we need to know about the video, about teaching with video. The first is the nothing new syndrome. Sometimes video make the students boring, so we need to provide unique learning experiences. Second, poor quality tapes and discs. This is the problem. Actually, when the school has no good tool for video. The third reason is poor viewing conditions. We have to be sure that students can see and hear the video. For example, we can provide the best monitor. Next is stop and start. Some students become frustrated when teachers constantly stop and start the video, only slowing little bits at a time. It can also be extremely irritating if a teacher fails to show the class how the story ends. The length of extracts. Some people think that more than 2 or 3 minutes of video sends students to sleep. It is boring, I think. The next is fingers and thumbs. Students can be irritated by teachers who cannot find what they want or get back to where they have just been on the tape or disc. Video types. There are many types of video that we can use to teach. For example, off-air programs. It is programs recorded from a television channel. Second, real-world video. There is no reason why we and our students should not use publicly published videotape material such as feature films, exercise manuals, wildlife documentaries, or comedy provided. And the last is language learning videos. Many publishers now produce free standing language learning videos or videos to accompany course books. About video, the whole lesson video must be original and it is not restricted copyright. And also, we must check the content of the video about the knowledge of certain key vocabulary. Video as a part of lesson. We can use a short video extract as one component in a longer lesson sequence, whether to illustrate the topic we are working on, to highlight language points, or to settle a class after a noisy activity. Video as a part of lesson become 3: topic, language, and relaxation. Self-assess video. The students must not watch the video or evaluate the video in the classroom. They can watch it anywhere, everywhere, and we can use it as a homework. Common video teaching techniques. There are a number of teaching techniques which can be used in video-based lessons. First, viewing techniques. Viewing techniques, there are many various. All of the following viewing techniques are designed to awaken the students' curiosity. The first is fast forward. The teacher presses the play button and then fast forwards the video so that the sequence shots pass silently and at great speed, taking only a few seconds. The second is silent viewing for language. The teacher plays the tape at normal speed but without the sound. The third is silent viewing for music. The same technique can be used with music. The silent viewing. It is for music. And the fourth, freeze frame. At any stage during a video sequence, we can freeze the picture, stopping the participants dead in their tracks. And the last is partial viewing. One way of provoking the students' curiosity is to allow them only a partial view of the pictures on the screen. The second technique is listening and mixed techniques. Listening routines based on the same principles as those for viewing are similarly designed to provoke engagement and expectations. The first is pictureless listening for language. The teacher covers the screen, turns the monitor away from the students, or turns the brightness control right down. Second, pictureless listening for language. Where an excerpt has a prominent music track, students can listen to it and then stay based on the mood it appears to convey, what kind of scan they think it accompanies, and where it is taking place. Pictureless listening for sound effects. In a scan without dialogue, students can listen to the sounds to guess the scan. And the last is picture or speech. We can divide the class in two so that half of the class faces the screen and half face away. The students who can see the screen have to describe what is happening to the students who cannot. Video watching activities. In this section, we will look at a number of activities designed for specific video situations. First, general comprehension. In this activity, the students have to try and give as much information as they can about what they have seen. as if they were witnesses being questioned by the police. After that, they watch the sequence. When the pairs have been finished their discussions, the teacher reads out questions and the students have to write the answers. And then, when the students have written the answers, they compare them with other pairs to see whether they all agree. Yeah. Second, working with aspects of language. A way of getting students in monolingual group to focus on language is to get hold of English language films which have subtitles in the students' language. The way in which dialogue is subtitled can sometimes seem strange or funny, but even where this is true, the subtitler has tried to capture the meaning which the speakers wish to convey in the best way they can. The teacher can start by discussing film subtitles in general. After the first viewing, the teachers and students discuss what they have seen. Then tells them that they are going to watch it again, also without sound, but that this time she will stop the video every time a subtitle comes up. Video as a springboard to creativity. The activity in this section shows how a video excerpt can be used to spark students' creativity by encouraging interpretation, provoking thought, and asking for language use. In this activity, students watch a video excerpt and the teacher makes sure that they understand it. The teacher now asks the student to watch the excerpt again. After that, an interesting variation on this is to ask students how the scene would be different if the participants were the opposite sex. And the last, having students think about video excerpts in this way not only helps them understand more about the language being used and how it might change, but also directs to insights about language and behavior in general. Video making activities. The activities in this section suggest ways in which the camera can become a central learning aid, as a result of which students work cooperatively together using a wide variety of language, both in the process and the product of video making. First, video simulations. Video can enhance simulations not only because it can provide fairy-telling feedback when students can watch themselves and evaluate their performance, but also because the presence of a video camera helps to make media simulations, such as TV programmers, more realistic. News bulletins are especially interesting for students of English, not only because they will want to be able to understand the news in English, but also because news broadcasts have special formats and use recognizable language patterns. Students can first watch news bulletins and analyze the language that is particular to this genre. For example, passive usage, the use of present tenses to all stories and the way in which speech is reported. We can also have students record their own political broadcasts or advertisements. Second, creative ideas. The following activity expects the student to use their imagination and creativity to bring a fresh dimension to their learning. When students read a story, study an extract from a novel, or work with a crossbook dialogue, they form some kind of mental picture of what they are understanding. This ranges from a perception of the settings to an idea of what characters look and sound like. A way really getting inside the text is to have students film the episode they have just read. Any text which involves human interaction can be exploited in this way. Filming an episode involves discussion about acting and direction and a close focus on the text in question. Third, working with language. We can ask the students to make videos with a focus on particular language points. Students select or are given a particular grammar topic. The teacher can give them ideas about sources of information for their research. Provided that we do not accept a separate finished product, this kind of grammar exploration and the attempt to put such concepts into words really does focus the students' attention on features of the language. Students can also conduct interviews with competent speakers and use what they say for language analysis. Fourth, getting everyone involved. Because filming usually involves one camera operator and may be confined to one narrator and one overall director, there is a danger that some students may get left out of the video making process. However, there are ways of avoiding this danger. First, the group. If more than one video camera is available, we can divide a class into groups. Process. We can ensure participants in the decision-making process by insisting that no roles, such as actor, camera operator, director, are chosen until the last moment. Assigning roles. We can assign a number of different roles, as in a real film crew. This includes some such jobs as clapperboard operators, script consultants, lighting, and customers. Fifth, what to do with the videos. One of the main benefits of video making for students is the chance to display what they have done and get feedback on it from classmates and teachers. This can be achieved in a number of ways. Class feedback. When students show their videos to the rest of the class, there are a number of ways in which those classmates can react. Teacher feedback. One of the ways in which we can be sure that video making is a learning process is by responding the students' work with the same care that we give to written work. Video installations. We can organize a video day in which all of our students' videos are shown in an exhibition. And the last is individual and library copies. If we have copying facilities, we can make copies of our students' work They scan, then with this deposited in the school's video library or given to each student as a memento. 6. Video and teacher. We cannot leave the topic of video without mentioning the invaluable contribution that it can make to teacher development. Most teachers have an idea of how they appear as teachers and about how effective certain mannerisms and techniques can be. Many teachers are alarmed at seeing themselves on video, just as many people dislike their voices on audio tape. One major caveat about classroom videoing is that the camera does not actually tell the truth. If the lens is focused on the teacher, it automatically makes them the main player in the scan, even if what they are actually doing is just listening to the students.